Hey guys, all right, so today I want to talk to you. Whoa, that's like, the lighting's really intense, but there's all this like stuff on my bed, which of course doesn't really matter, right? Because that's real life. We'll just leave real life back there. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about homeschooling, but it's kind of a bigger video than just homeschooling. It's really about baby stepping through life and finding little bits you can do every day. And the whole idea of the dripping of water wears away stone, something that I at 40 am still trying to grasp, because like I said in my last video, I tend to live in the extremes. So I'll procrastinate, and then I'll cram. Or, I either homeschool like rigorously or we unschool. Like I'm always on these extremes, and my poor husband is like, can you just please find the middle ground, because it exists. And so today I want to talk a little bit about my homeschool planning this year and what it looks like, and I'm going to talk about the CMEC specifically, but also just really homeschooling planning, baby stepping, making, these like simple little, steps you can make day by day so that ultimately you get to your finish line. And there was something I was listening to a reading recently, and I wish I remembered what it was specifically about, but she was talking about getting work done. I'm going to actually tag her below. It's Madison Gray. I love her channel. And she was talking about working. She has a YouTube channel, and she was saying, she used to do things where she would cram all of her work into Monday and Tuesday and be really, really like focused and busy because she has little kids and she wants to spend the rest of their time with her family. And she changed it up to where now she does only an hour every day, like 5 or 6 days a week. And over the course of time, she realized she's actually getting more done. Even her husband's like, wow, you're so much more productive doing this hour a day and stopping. And she even said when she stops in the middle of a task, like say she's in the middle of an edit or in the middle of a brainstorm or whatever, and she stops, her brain continues to work. And we know this, that, you think about things and you go to bed and you wake up and it's like, aha, that's the answer I was looking for. And so our brains are so miraculous that we don't have to always even be tidying up, a thought before we end the project. We can just stop. And so when it comes to homeschool planning this year, I've been working on figuring out these baby steps. And what's happening is, by God's grace, I am getting so much done. I'm getting so much done. And I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Yesterday, I figured out I have 13 weeks. But a little less than 13 weeks until we start school. But it was like so easy. Like I made our timetable already. So if you're a CMECer and you need help with your timetable, shoot me a question down below or an email and I will help you out, because this year it was like so easy. And I have 2 kids in 2 different forms. And so we do commons. There's like 5 pieces to my homeschool. There's together time. There's Chloe with me, Chloe independent, Neil with me, and Neil independent. So I have 5 moving parts to my homeschool every day. And the way we do our timetable is Mondays, certain things happen. Tuesdays, certain things happen. And if we miss a day, we just pick up. We don't try to, there's a whole Charlotte Mason philosophy I'm still trying to embrace, is this idea of like, you just keep moving. You don't try to cram in Tuesday into Wednesday kind of thing. Okay, so but yet you do have like locked in subjects on certain days. And so kind of looking at that, like for Monday, there's a lot of holidays that fall on a Monday. So Monday's not gonna be the day I hit history, because I wanna hit history, right? And like, I don't wanna miss too much history. But maybe I could put science there because I'm not as big of a science person. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Or maybe we do an art day because, we can squeeze in art in other places, like in our afternoon time. And this is not necessarily like a homeschool. I can share my detailed homeschool plans if you guys want them. But for now, I just wanted this idea of baby stepping. And so I baby stepped through my timetable, and it just blossomed. It was like I didn't even try. It was I guess it's in the flow, They talk about like at Optimal Work. I'll link them down below too. They're an amazing podcast. And then yesterday, like I was talking about in my books video, I had all this grace, and I was listening to all these religious things, and I sat down and I started thinking about, my year, and something really easy she explained is figure out when you want to end your school year. So I decided, well, I want to do exams for term 3, June, the first week of June. That's totally fine with me. I don't mind going into June. I'm from Oregon, and we would always start after Labor Day and end the first or second week of June. So that's really familiar to me. Even though here in the Midwest, they start earlier and end earlier. But anyway, so, and I backtracked it, and I added breaks in, and I made sure like we always take off the and again, I can do a whole video on my schedule, but we always take off the octave of Easter. We always take off the 12 days of Christmas. So we don't need to like, we can work through Lent and we can work through Advent, which is like a mini Lent, but I want to take the octaves off. Even the octave of Pentecost, I might have to think about if I want to take that off or not. It'll be right around the end of our school year, or maybe, yeah, I'll have to figure out when Pentecost is next year, because I think everything's pushed back pretty far, because Easter isn't until like the end of April, like the end of April. And so, okay, so anyway, I worked my way backwards, and I got to like starting the day after Labor Day, which Labor Day is Chloe's 14th birthday. Can you believe it? And anyway, I'm getting like way too much in the weeds, but I was able just to like back through it. And then I pre-read. So in Charlotte Mason world, you teach from living books, and the idea is that you pre-read. You literally read all the books, or as many as you can, so that when you come to a lesson, the method of a lesson includes a captain idea. Say, today we're going to learn about Julius Caesar and his interaction with, what's the guy's name? Pompey, on the battlefield or something like that. And like, oh, and who do you think's gonna win? Or I mean, I don't know. And you just kind of, you get this like captain idea, so where they're intrigued and their attention starts to click in, and then, you know, you put some words on the board if you want, and then you enter into the reading, and then you have them narrate, and then you end with a discussion, and then you kind of sum it all up, and then the next time you recap what you've learned before. There's a really quick, it's a method of lesson. But, and trust me, I did not learn all this in my first year CMUC. So if you're a first year CMUCer, like, whoo, girl, just one baby step it. So, like, start with the books and then add handicrafts, maybe like a year or two later. Okay, side note. So with pre-reading, right? It's just, I just have to pick up a book, one a day, and read something. Even if I don't read a whole chapter, just read something, because something is better than nothing. And so this correlates to anything in life, right? If you want to clean, so like the fly lady, she does zone cleaning, and you only do 15 minutes in a zone, and you're like, well, what difference is that going to make? I'm like this crash course cleaner where I let things get really dirty, I get really overwhelmed, and I freak out, and I get all irritable, and I clean for 3 hours. And I'm all hot, you know, it's just like awful, and I'm just cranky, and it's not fun. But if you clean the fly lady way, it's like this like joyful, oh, I can spend 15 minutes cleaning the windows, which is what I did today. But they didn't even seem dirty. They were dirty, but they didn't seem dirty. And so the idea of cleaning something that already feels clean is so foreign to me. Yet, this baby stepping through life in different areas, whether it's meal planning, grocery shopping, cleaning, educating our children, making sure they have clothes for the summer, clothes for the winter, all these things. Just baby step. Just do one thing today. So tell me down below, whether it's for homeschool or something else in your life, what is the one thing you're going to do to move the needle forward? This is kind of one of those things where if you have that square, and it's like, I never understood the square. It doesn't really work for people with ADHD because everything feels urgent and important. But, you know, there's like the urgent and important, the urgent but not important, which I don't even know what that'd be. The important but not urgent, which is kind of what I'm talking about right now. Because, girl, I have 13 weeks. Why would I need to start homeschool planning now? I have 13 weeks. Can't I just hang out in the sunshine by the pool and not worry about homeschool? No. See, I'm going to be like the ant and not the grasshopper. And then there's like the unimportant and not urgent, which I guess is like checking social media, or like, I don't even know. But the issue that comes to a lot of us is that we focus so much on the urgent, or the, I guess, not important, not urgent, because we get distracted. And we forget about the important but not urgent. So this is, whether it's learning a new instrument, learning a new language, whatever it is that's your goal right now, man or woman, like, move the needle forward today. If you want to become a reader, open a book and read a page. You know, if you want to become physically fit, do a push-up, or maybe 5. You know? So anyway, let me know down below what you guys are working on, and if you need more, if you have video ideas that you want me to touch on, again, put them down below. I'm keeping a list, and I just did the books one, so I'll put it up there. Okay, guys, text Christy. Bye-bye.